Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
It's kind of a cold start to your Thursday afternoon, but the local forecasters are tracking rain that's moving into our area. Plus, the man arrested in connection to a hate crime in Warren is formally charged. New at noon, the message that he has for the victims. But we are following breaking news just into the Local 4 newsroom. Police are on the scene of a double homicide in Warren. That story tops our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Casimir. Right now, investigators are trying to determine exactly what happened here. Otis and DeQuinder Roads, right near 9 Mile, is where the scene is. Sean Lay joining us now live this afternoon to update us on what we know right now. Sean.
I can tell you, Evrod, we're right on Otis at Christopher here in Warren. This is an emotional scene. And you can see detectives coming and going. Let me show you the entire scene because it stretches really here, the entire block of Otis, and you have Warren police investigators combing every angle of the street. And here's what's happening. They got a call from another department this morning, a neighboring department. We believe it was the Detroit Police Department, to come here to a home. And when police arrived, they have discovered what is looking like a double homicide with a homicide suspect out there on the loose. It's extremely emotional. Family has flocked here to this block because they are so concerned about who may have been lost in this double homicide. And they are waiting for word, and they have not gotten word yet because investigators are here waiting on a search warrant so they can go inside the home and start this investigation. So it is tense, it is emotional, and it is a double homicide. What we're seeing up and down the street is canvassing what people saw, maybe what doorbell cameras or other security cameras saw to maybe give them a leg up on a suspect. And family members are here talking to police, telling them everything they can about who may come and go from the house or who may be involved in the house. But I can tell you, this is not a good situation. No homicide is good, but this is extremely emotional because we're talking about a family, and the family has children, and the family's waiting to see who's been lost and what exactly happened and who is responsible. Police Commissioner Dwyer was here at the scene to collect some information, and then he left. We are waiting to get the official update from him to get the facts of the matter. But that's the scene that you're looking at right now. And I can tell you, it is tense, it is emotional, because family, they just simply do not know yet exactly what's happened, who's been lost in their family, and you can imagine how brutal that is, waiting for word. We continue to work with the police and our sources, but it's really Commissioner Dwyer who says he's going to collect the facts, get the facts of the matter, and inform the family first. That's most important. But what they're waiting on right now is the search warrant to go in to really just begin the investigation. Evrod, that's the scene here in Warren. Back to you.
Our hearts, of course, going out to that family that is grieving right now as
Big
investigators
time.
are
Big
working
time.
to gather more information. Sean, thank you for the update there. New at noon, a Warren man facing felony charges for a racially motivated attack on a black family just faced a judge. Michael John Frederick is his name, and he's accused of ethnic intimidation, weapons offenses, and malicious destruction of property. Investigators say that he confessed to destroying and vandalizing a black family's home and cars. Well, this morning, the 24-year-old man told a judge that his actions had nothing to do with the color of the family's skin, but with the family's Black Lives Matter sign in their window.
I can say it's not like me. I acted way out of character. This wasn't about the color of anyone's skin.
It's of great concern to me if, in fact, these things do bear out to be true. People should reasonably be able to disagree about politics without it resorting to violence. That is not what America...
Frederick is being held on a $200,000 bond. I-94, Detroit's east side near Chalmers and Moross is back open this afternoon. State police had to shut it down, the westbound lane specifically, after getting a call for a possible freeway shooting. This was around 3:45 this morning. But after talking to the man who originally made the call to police, troopers tell us that they believe that this might have happened somewhere in the city.
We're a little concerned that we're seeing a little bit of increase in this activity where people are involved in shooting incidents in the city. And then they go down on the freeway hoping that we'll just scratch out a police report for them and then send them on their way. I think anybody that knows the Michigan State Police, that's not how we operate. We're going to shut down that whole freeway, look for evidence, things like that.
It's definitely concerning. It's been happening quite frequently, and state police are saying that they still want people to call whenever there's problems on the freeways. An investigation continues this afternoon after a young mother was found shot to death inside of a home. It happened on Rain Avenue, which is just north of 9 Mile, and police are telling us that the 17-year-old was found lifeless next to her 6-week-old newborn who was not hurt. They were visiting her boyfriend, who is the newborn's father, when shots were fired, and 2 of his relatives were also at the home. The father of that newborn baby was taken into custody. It's not clear if the shooting was accidental or intentional. Well, switching gears now, we do want to keep you updated on the forecast on this first day of October. Meteorologist Brandon Roos standing by. It's a chilly one, as expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's October, right? But all part of the forecast. And we want to start with 4 Live radar because as nice as it is or feels in some of your backyards, we've got some showers. Some thunder and lightning as well. You can see that just on the leading edge, a lot more activity across western lower, heavier, steadier showers there. But we're seeing some action along and north of M59, heading toward Romeo. And you see some of the thunder and lightning coming through Fenton, also near Port Huron. So just a few scattered showers out there now. It becomes a lot more, again, numerous and steadier, heavier stuff through the later afternoon. So we're at middle upper 50s to near 60 and temperatures right around 60 for highs. That's it with, again, after 2 or 3 p.m., some of those heavier showers ahead of a cold front coming at us. So, Evrod, that will be right during the evening drive, slowing everything down for sure, making things kind of slippery and dangerous. What about Friday and your weekend? Tell you, not warming up anytime soon.
All right. Well, we have been warned. Brandon, thank you for that. Now we want to keep you updated on the latest involving the coronavirus here in Michigan. Starting next Friday, more fans will be allowed in the stands at high school football games all across the state. Citing Governor Whitmer's latest executive order, the MHSAA says that schools will be allowed to have 30% capacity at games with a limit of 1,000 fans attending. The new guidelines, again, they take effect next Friday, October 9th. And this all comes as the state is reporting 1,054 new cases of COVID-19, with 11 more lives lost to the virus. Here's a look, though, at Michigan's 7-day rolling average. Right now, it sits at 867 new cases per day. That actually is the highest that it's been since April 30th. We've got more COVID-19 data for you right now on clickondetroit.com. In Decision 2020 now, the Presidential Debate Commission is promising changes after Tuesday's face-off in Cleveland, and Americans are weighing in on what they saw. Here's Tracy Potts in the nation's capital with more.
Democrats, Republicans, independent voters, many of them turned off by what they saw on that stage Tuesday. So now the commission is looking at some changes, but Team Trump not happy about that.
President Trump overnight in Minnesota marking his own debate scorecard.
Last night I did what the corrupt media has refused to do. I held Joe Biden accountable for his 47 years of lies, 47 years of betrayal, and 47 years of failure.
But undecided Americans say otherwise.
I'm happy that my children were not awake to see that and the behavior.
Even some top Republicans not happy with the president's performance.
Well, let me just say with the debate, it was not Lincoln Douglas.
With viewership down 11 million from 4 years ago, the Presidential Debate Commission is looking to change the format to prevent Mr. Trump's constant interruptions.
Maybe we should give the moderator a mute button. The commission's got to get a lot tougher when debate participants don't follow the rules.
I think it was just a national embarrassment.
Democratic nominee Joe Biden says he's not sure what to expect at the next debate in 2 weeks.
I hope we're able to get a chance to actually answer the questions that are asked by the persons in the room. but God only knows what he'll do.
The president also distancing himself from the white supremacist group he emboldened Tuesday.
I don't know who the Proud Boys are. I've always denounced any form.
The group now using the president's words as a rallying cry.
A spokesperson for President Trump said they don't like the idea of changing the format now after the first debate. They said it's like shifting the goalposts in the middle of the game. I'm Tracy Potts.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Former Vice President Joe Biden is heading back to Michigan. He'll be making a campaign stop in Grand Rapids tomorrow. Fast-spreading wildfires, well, they continue to destroy homes and businesses in Northern California, and at least 4 people have been killed. But the fear is that that number will continue to grow. New at noon, the one thing the firefighters say could save lives.
Flu season is just around the corner, and it's time to bust some myths about the flu shot. The vaccine is safe. It does not give you the flu or make you susceptible to other illnesses. The flu shot is the best way to prevent the spread of influenza.